Hey everyone, it's really sunny right here. And also, I'm downstairs in just my mom's office. You'll probably be able to hear some background noise. I just can't help that because this is where the sewing machine is. So I finally got the sewing machine back from school. This is Brandon's grandma's sewing machine. And I figured it out yesterday. I took like a 7th grade sewing class where you learn the basics. I kind of knew how to like thread it and get started. I had to figure out this machine and like how to put everything together. Like I got really inspired by hemming one shirt and now I think I can do whatever I want. I have a full bucket of things from my closet that I want to like flip and turn into something new. The first thing I wanted to do, which is not easy I don't think, I wanted to make an underwire like little bottom bustier thing like the orseund iris one, and I was googling how to do this and looking how to do it, and a lot of ways for making like an underwire bustier. You take an old bra, you just cut out the bottom and then you would sew it onto your shirt, and it's basically a tube top. And I want it to be out of a ribbed sweater material like the one from the website. So I have this little cardigan that I haven't worn yet. I like it, but I really want to try this, so we'll see how I try and go about this. I'm nervous. Okay, hello. So now when I'm coming in, I've already made the shirt, obviously, and it's a lot easier than I make it out to be. This first part is just trying on your cardigan or whatever material you want to use. It doesn't have to be a cardigan. It's just the fact that I liked the color and the rib material, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mark it off right under my boobs where I want the wiring to go. Okay, I just want you guys to remember I started sewing yesterday. I'm going to cut around where I marked it with the safety pin, which was right under my boobs where I want the wire to be. This is pretty long, so I can cut it later to be more like hitting right at my pants, but right now I'd rather have it too long than too short. I can't do anything about this lighting. So now because I cut everything crooked, I'm trying to use a straight edge and mark it with chalk. It works, but I'm just stupid when it comes to cutting apparently, because I still don't cut it straight, but it doesn't really matter at this point because you're going to sew in the wire anyways. That's going to hide any flaws you make in cutting. I highly recommend cutting with fabric scissors. I don't have them yet, but I plan on getting them soon. Next, I'm going to cut out the wire of the bra. So this bra still fits me, which I think is crucial to this. You need a bra that does fit. I just don't wear this one because the lace is always showing in my tops and I hate it. So I'm cutting super close to the wire, as you can see, but I recommend leaving about a 1/2 inch because it'll make the sewing it to the shirt a lot easier later on. I really struggled sewing this wire with no excess cloth on the sides or fabric on the sides to the shirt, but if you end up cutting it like this, it still works. You can also get underwire from Joann's and do that if you don't have an old bra, or just check out Goodwill or Salvation Army whenever we're able to go and find a bra in your size there that you can cut up. Those shadows were really annoying. So we've got it laid out. This is going to be the back, and if I want it tighter, I'll remove the buttons and make it tighter, but I kind of like the buttons in the back right now, so we're going to leave the buttons in the back. I'm going to make the jagged edge my top because we'll fix that. So we're going to turn this inside out. So my boobs are a lot bigger than I thought. Yeah, that's how it's going to be. This is a super uneven cut, but that was my fault and it's not going to matter. So I'm going to pin this to the shirt. I should have left a little bit, but whatever. Hi, Boogie. Thank you. What the heck? Excuse me. You're standing right on it. Okay, stay. Leave it. Come on. Come on. Okay, I'm back up here because my back was breaking. But you can see right here, I just pinned it on with 3 pins all haphazardly. And now, I don't think it's even. Okay, I'm just going to hand stitch this on, but I'm not going to go through so you see it on the other side, which I think is called an invisible stitch. I think this part is pretty straightforward. I'm just sewing this wire onto the shirt, trying not to let the thread peek through on the other side. I'm obviously not very good at hand stitching, so you can see it a little bit, but once you fold it over and have the finished product, you won't notice it as much as when you have it like this. This doesn't have to be perfect or very tight because you'll have another way to secure it later. Here's the most messy hand stitch you've ever seen. You can kind of see it through here where I pulled the stuff too tight, but come on, it's my first day, literally, second day. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut around this, but leave like an inch for it to be folded over. See, like this wasn't enough. I should have left more. Also, this is just like a really loose place because we're going to fold it over and sew it on, but I wish I would have left more of the bra so it would have been easier to sew instead of sewing around just the metal. But let's cut. I'm nervous. Again, this is a very straightforward step. All I have to say about this is you don't have to be super neat. Just make sure you're leaving enough fabric to fold over and be able to sew it on the other side. Especially if you're using a sewing machine to sew it. It'll help a lot more if you have more fabric that you could cut away later. Here I just unbuttoned the shirt because I realized it was a lot easier to lay it all flat. So as you can see right now, you don't need it to be a cardigan. I end up sewing off or cutting off and re-sewing the buttons anyways and just making it a tube top like the original. But right here I'm just folding over the material to cover the bra. And I'm going to go around and pin it so when I go to sew it with my sewing machine, it's a lot easier. And for this, I recommend just pulling it as tight as possible. It makes it look a lot cleaner when all of the fabric is the same width, which is something I ended up struggling with a little bit. And now we're getting into sewing those parts around. I'm going to be honest. The first one, I used the hand wheel to turn the needle the entire way because I was so scared of accidentally hitting the metal and breaking a needle and it flying into my eye. I don't even know if that happens, but I was terrified of it. And this boob cup ended up turning out a lot worse than the side when I just went full force and used the foot pedal and sewed it like a normal person. So I recommend just going all in. Your sewing machine will guide you better than you will guide you for this part. Just keep pulling it as tightly as you can towards the metal, but your needle will never go over the metal if you have the foot pedal down. Or what is that called? I think that's what it's called. If you have the piece down, it won't go over the metal. It will just guide really nicely along the metal, giving you a really clean line. My one boob looks way better than the other boob. I might redo it, or I'll just make this again. I have so many bras that I hate, because I hate underwire bras. I don't even wear them. This doesn't look that bad, I'm surprised. I might sew up. Let me close this off. Okay, so here I'm just hand sewing the 3 edges up. This one had extra fabric, so I cut that off, and then I just folded it over and hand sewed it down. You won't see this at all, so it's really easy, and I don't think there's any way to do it with your machine because you're going over the metal. So just pull it as tightly as you can and sew it all together. And then right here, I'm going to try it on and realize that it needs to be way tighter. You're going to make it tiny because that's the only way to get the effect of it holding your boobs up. If it's loose, you're going to look like you have saggy boobs. Not that anything's wrong with that, but I think the point of this is to make your boobs perky. You guys, I really think I've done something. I'm so excited. Nobody recreate this because I probably did everything wrong. and I don't want you to come for me. Can you guys see? I did it. I did this. This is the first thing I've ever made. The stitching here, más o menos, but it is what I wanted. It's what I envisioned. I'm gonna put the real one right here. You guys, this was pretty easy. So like, I have 2 t-shirts on right now. I don't have a bra on, like, I don't have a bra on. It's just this underwire. And the key to using my fabric was so stretchy, I made it tiny so it can hold me in. I'm so proud of myself. I showed Brandon and I showed my parents and Jackson. They were all just really confused. Brandon said it looks like a wetsuit. He's really impressed that I made it, but nobody really likes it. So I'm glad I didn't spend $200 on it. Also, I love the like original and I want to buy it, but first of all, like, I don't got that kind of money, and I don't know how many times I'm gonna wear this, honestly. Like, I really have to have an occasion, I feel like, to wear this, but I might do another one right now when I get back from the tile store. I'm doing a DIY for our apartment. We're making like tile tables. I'll have a full tutorial on my channel when we get to that, but yeah, I'm just so excited about this stuff. Follow me on TikTok. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is the first piece of clothing I ever sewed, and I think it turned out really good. I'm really proud of myself, and I felt so inspired after making this. So if you guys have other... My dad is sawing a table outside. So if you guys have other expensive clothing kind of things that you want me to recreate or try to recreate, leave them in the comments below. I would love to see what I can do now with this sewing machine and the clothes I have in my closet. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had so much fun making it. This took all day. Because then after I made like 6 other tops that I didn't show because they were flops. But this top literally only took a couple hours. It wasn't that bad. I love you guys so much. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. You guys mean the absolute world to me. And I'll see you guys in a few days. Bye.